Hello, everyone. Hello, I forgot about my microphone. I almost forgot about my microphone. Uh, is it plugged in? We're gonna do. We're gonna do a tech check right here, right now, live in front of your fucking eyes. Check, check, 1, 2. Hi, everybody. Hello, everyone in the Twitch verse. Hello, everyone in the Facebook verse. I am. We're gonna eventually, man, it's gonna be like a fucking console in the Nebuchadnezzar of the Matrix, where I'm gonna have 18 screens all over the place, and I'm gonna be keeping track of them all. Hi, hey gang, look, the whole gang's here. I don't know if the whole gang is here. I see some familiar tags. What do we think, gang? I mean, my iPhone camera footage looks way better than my I think it's about angles. I like this side of my face. I don't like this side of my face. And I had to, I don't know why I'm fucking slapping it. Maybe that's why one side is better than the other, cuz I'm always fucking slapping it. But I'm wondering if I should just close that window because it's all shiny on my head. It's amazing how different camera angles and different cameras can make all the difference. Wild. Wild to me. I look so much better over here than over here. You know? Don't you like when you leave the house and you're like, damn, I look good. And then somebody sends you a picture and you look like you just you look like Encino Man. You just got thawed out of some ice after 20,000 years. Encino Man, what? He was millions. He wasn't thousands. You look good? Well, thanks. This is a real low effort visage that you're looking at. And if I get up to close those blinds, you're going to see I'm wearing shorts. I'm wearing sports shorts. Because, as the British say, I couldn't be arsed. I couldn't be arsed. The blush color is beautiful. Well, wouldn't you be surprised to find out that I'm not wearing any goddamn blush. I'm just always embarrassed. I'm always embarrassed. It's like that. It's like the scene from Avengers where at the climax they're like, it's time to get angry, Hulk. And he's like, that's my secret. I'm always angry. So whenever people are like, hey, you have rosy cheeks, did you put on blush? I'm like, no, that's my secret. I'm always embarrassed. Yeah, I just have really red cheeks. I think I have rosacea, actually, which is, I don't know if it's not debilitating. Whoa, where did that sound come from? What the fuck? It's not debilitating, but subscribed at 1 tier. Oh, that's a subscription. Oh, cool. This is, I hate it when people do this, but a hype train is close. Are we close to a hype train? Holy shit. This happens all the time and I hate it. Did a hype train just start? Here comes the hype train. I forget what that means. I think that means if you donate money, you get you get emojis. Let's see. I don't know if Emily pulled the trigger on this, but yeah. Okay, I gotta leave the frame for a hot second. Just a second. But you can still hear the sultry sound of my voice. Yeah. Yeah. I think Emily is doing emojis of a trans Yoshi. Not just purple. I mean, purple is purple is the non-binary color. Purple and yellow and black. Wario colors, if you will. But already halfway to level 1. What a hype fucking train we're on. What would be on the hype train? Let's think. The hype train would have a glass bottom pool. I don't know why you would honestly, it would be good in theory. I'm going to hang on to Yoshi for a hot second. Do it for Yoshi. If you're not going to hype it for me, hype up for Yoshi, okay? Yep, that is close to a non-binary. Oh, you guys, I told you to do it for Yoshi and you hyped the fuck up and out of here. Oh, my goodness. People on my Facebook feed have no clue what's going on. Get on fucking Twitch, idiots. There's a hype train afoot. Or a track. What was I just... Oh, yeah. What would be on the hype train? There would be a glass bottom, which, haha, is another name for a first time, a bottom, somebody who's bottoming for the first time. That's what we're going to settle with. They're called glass bottoms because they're very fragile down there. So take your time. But then, if the glass bottom thing on the train, it would be good in theory, but then as the train would rumble around, the pool would slosh around too. So it would be wouldn't be all that much fun. People would jump in that pool and get tossed around like they're going down on the Titanic. Is this cool? It's like a little parrot on my shoulder. The hype train slowed down at level 3. Do I need another Yoshi? What more do you want? Oh, let's use another mascot. Look, this little guy, his name is Prince. I call him Prince because he's a rat and one of his ears is just gone. Yeah. I think the fucking the butcher cut it off. What is that? The three blind mice. Somebody cuts it off. It's a carver's knife. But the butcher cuts it off, right? Three blind mice. Who cuts off their appendages? What a violent fucking fairy tale. Who cut off what? You are my Google, by the way, chat. Chat, you are my Google, and I need you to, I'm not gonna fucking research this myself. Do your own research? Not in this house. Val doesn't do her own research. It's very problematic. Oh, fuck. I'm not getting a response, so I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna sit Yoshi on my shoulder and hold him in place like this. 3 seeing impaired mice. They gotta update that title. Calling them blind? We gotta call them seeing impaired. 3 seeing impaired mice. Who cuts off their tails? What's the darkest nursery rhyme? Does anybody know? How does it even fucking go? Anyways, we've lost the plot. I fell off. Long story short, just to bring it back, hey Facebook, go on a Twitch/the Transverse, and you'll see more of a head-on view of my face if you want. Yeah, I don't know. I've the butcher, right? Butcher with the carving knife. Okay, so I was initially right. I think. Yeah, seems like it. Look at this fucking guy. Look at this fucking guy. Do you guys get your emojis at the end of this hype train? Is that what happens? You don't get it until the end? So if you just pitch in a little bit more, just a 72% more, I don't know how much that is quantifiably, but you too could have a new emoji. You know? 3 blind mice, see how they run, see how they run. They all run after the farmer's wife. She cut off the tails with a carving knife. Oh, it's the farmer's wife. Thank you, Alithana. Hannah. Alith Anna. I'm gonna call you Allie, if that's okay. Fucking look at this guy, you know? Melts my heart every time. I don't know if any of you are dog lovers like me. I'm the biggest dog lover of them all. I figured out Twitch to log on this week. Well, thanks, Katie. Thanks for joining in. We are small but formidable, is what we are. Hype train success. So now what does that mean? Can you guys show me what emojis you got? Please? I want to see. Show me the baby. Show me the baby. When I was 4 years old, I sat on a carrot and now I am gay. It went into my my booty hole. Show me the baby. Katie tuned in at the weirdest fucking moment. Let's see, what did I even have to talk about? I've had a rough week, I'll tell ya. A rough self-esteem week. We're climbing out of it. Climbing so hard, I'm gonna pronounce the B and the G. Rough self-esteem week. Look at those emojis. Look at them. You got a little Squirtle that's green. Oh, I guess that's just a turtle. Oh, man. Tell me Pokemon didn't melt your brain without saying that Pokemon melted your brain. Whoa, it's a Squirtle. No, that's just a real, actual turtle. Is that a green Squirtle? No, it's a... You fool! Oh, I'll tell you what happened today. You guys, I cannot be held responsible for my own life. I still need an adult. I'm having a real week where I keep learning about neglectful mistakes that I made in the past. And then I find out that it's like shot me in the foot. I found out I live in Canada, so a lot of our drugs are free, and I'm on a couple programs to make sure that my hormones, I don't have to pay for them. But every once in a while, I pick up the prescription and the lady goes, "Okay, here it is, on your way," and dismisses me, and off I go with my bag of titty drugs. And I go tra la 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 la, and I tra la la my ass all the way home, and then I shove progesterone into my anus. But every once in a while I'll go in and they'll hand me the bag and I'll go okay, thanks, tra la la, and I won't even get to the fourth tra la la before they're like, hey, where are you going? You owe us $60. I'll be like, I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason, is my point sometimes, to how much they charge me. And it just fucking, hidden fees just come popping up. And I go, oh, geez, okay. And I'll pay $60. And then I went to visit my hormone doctor today, and he was like, you're not paying for your drugs, are you? And I was like, well, I don't know. Sometimes they tell me I should give them money. Sometimes they don't. And he was like, no, you're on a plan. They fucked up and you've been giving them money. You have a plan. I don't know this stuff, but I should. I'm 34 fucking years old. I should be on top of this shit. Why am I not? Why is it so hard for me to be an adult? I don't get it. I don't know. I would be, listen, I'm such an agreeable person and a pushover and very easy to manipulate that I would 100% fall for the wallet inspector trick. Get reimbursed. It's equally hard at 46. Okay, so you sympathize. Some of you sympathize. They don't teach this stuff as they should. Well, I don't even know what course you could have for what I got. Them being like, hey, don't be a pushover class. Hey everyone, welcome to day 1 of Don't Be a Pushover class. I'm the wallet inspector. Everyone hand me your wallet so I can make sure that all the information is above board. Day 1 of pushover class, that'll be, and then they look through your wallet and they're like, $45. Oh wow, you have 45 in cash right here. I would be the one to be like, well, okay. If that's what it is, that's what it is. I would give my wallet to somebody who asked. I would so fall for that shit. I'm gullible. This is what makes me, like, all my comedian friends make fun of me for this. I am so easy to get fucked with because my comedian friends will say to me, they'll be like, my mom died. And they'll say it in such a callous way that it's pretty it should be abundantly obvious that they're fucking around, right? They'll say something like that, and then I'll go, but I have to make the choice. If I laugh in your face, then I'm wrong, and you're being serious, and I just misinterpreted, then I'm an asshole. And I would rather get laughed at for my gullibility than to find myself in a situation where I laughed at somebody who just announced something or confided in something serious to me that I thought they were joking. I would rather be gullible than an asshole. That's the point I'm making. If given a choice between gullible and foolish or a inconsiderate prick, I'll take gullible every single time. It means you have a good heart and you respect people. Well, your words, not mine. I don't know. I've been accused lately of not caring about somebody. And how do you fucking handle that? Cuz I got mad. I was like, I fucking care. And right there, I think to get mad indicates that I do care. If somebody says you don't care and you're like, then you've kind of proven them right. If somebody goes, hey, you don't care about me, and you go, yeah, I care, then you don't. But if somebody goes, hey, you don't care about me, and you go, I'll fucking tell you one thing, you keep my fucking name out of your mouth telling me I don't care, fuck, shut your shit, asshole, then you've proven anyways. And so it was a tough situation where this person was like, they kind of sent me this goodbye letter because they're moving away across the country, and they're like, so I just get the feeling that you don't care about me, so this is goodbye, essentially, was the letter. And first of all, I have to manage a lot of relationships. I know that maybe not isn't the best excuse, but there are a lot of people asking for things from me, and it can get overwhelming. And I can barely keep track of what fucking meds I owe the government money for. I can barely keep my head on fucking straight. And so it can be difficult for me to like living up to other people's expectations for me when they're just coming from all these different angles. But he was like well, good, so this is goodbye kind of thing. And so I made a decision where I was like, do I respond to this text and say I do care when it sounds like he had already made closure about this whole thing? What would be the most caring thing to do? And I decided not to respond. So I don't know if that was the right choice, but my logic was, if it sounds like he's moved on, then why would I belabor the point or the conflict? Why would I perpetuate it by like arguing with him? So I need you guys to tell me that I'm not lazy, because now I feel like that might have been lazy, but I made a decision that I was like, it sounds like the letter was longer than just, hey, you don't care about me, goodbye. But there was enough in there for me to be like, okay, it sounds like you've sort of come to your own conclusion. Yeah. So I made the choice not to respond, and then 2 weeks later he texts me again being like, wow, I wasn't expecting dead silence. And I was like, what do you want from me? What do you want? Ugh. So then I had to argue with him and be like, I do care, but now I'm arguing. Now he's got a head start on me because I have to be like, I didn't respond because I care, you see? And that is so hard to explain to somebody who's mad at you, you know? So fuck, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I'm fucked either way. Everyone's gonna continue thinking I'm a terrible friend when I'm just overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. How about you, little guy? Only you understand me. Um, Let me ask the trans people in the crowd, in the audience, in the streams. I think about this a lot. Sorry it hasn't been necessarily hilarious so far. We've been light on the comedy. I kind of just used you guys for therapy. Sorry about that. Tally-ho. Too bad. Sorry about that. I've got this fan pointed and it just keeps blowing my hair into my mouth. But hey, gotta pay the cost to be the boss. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, okay. So this is my question for the trans folk out there. Um, there seems to be a common narrative very often. Uh, Trans people talk about I when I grew up, I knew I was different. Now, that feeling of being different sometimes is a lot more specifically about gender, and I've heard different accounts where it's vague, where it's just like I knew something was wrong, I didn't know what exactly it was, but I just didn't ever feel like I fit in, or I felt like something was off. And I like I feel like I've transitioned, and boy, I feel more different than I ever have. See, because and not like I'm saying that half facetiously. Half I could barely fucking use the word. I'm saying that half facetiously because don't get me wrong, I love my life. I love the choices I've made. I'm happy with them. But there's nothing like being trans to make you feel more different from other people to begin with. Unless you're stealth, unless you're passing, which, there's no fucking hope for me. But yeah. I think my point is I always I always had that, oh, I'm different from everybody feeling, but it it gets broken down into dust by this hyper self-analysis where it's like, well, everybody thinks they're special. So how would you know if your feeling of different from everybody else is a different kind of feeling different from everyone else? You know? Was that a confusing way of putting it? Everybody thinks they're different, and that's what makes us all the same, is my point. So when you think, oh, I feel different from everybody, it feels like it would be a lot more common than people think. Number one. And number two, what if it's a nugget of like narcissism in my case, where it's like, as a comedian, I do feel fucking different from everybody. I do feel like I think in odd ways, that I look around at people and I'm like, why are you all doing it like that? Why didn't anybody think of this weird thing? I don't know. At what point, I think my point that I'm getting to, at what point do you think being different? I don't know. I don't know what my point is. I lost it. And I just noticed I lost a whole bunch of people off the streams. I don't think people fucking like this topic. So I'll swallow some hairs as penance. I'll swallow a hair or two, maybe. I think you guys like the guitar stuff. Should I have set up my guitar? Should I play guitar at the end of this? Take 10 minutes to set it all up. I'm in sports shorts. I went to a thrift store yesterday, and it was this place called like Market by the Pound in North Toronto, and they have. I thought you went in, and I thought they charged you per pound of like however many clothes you took to the counter, right? But they had these different bins of $2 and $5 and $10 clothes, but no change room. They had a mirror at the back and a whole bunch of rugs. This place was weird. It was magical. It was a Willy Wonka's factory of odds and ends and just clothes stacked up, thrown haphazardly onto a couple of tables. And so my sister took me, God bless her. She did the whole subtle thing that's like, I want to take you shopping. And at first it sounds playful and delightful, where they're like, oh, this sounds like a fun activity. Okay. And then you post a couple pictures, they see a couple pictures, and then it becomes a lot more stern. The tone changes. It goes from, let's go shopping. The tone changes from, let's go shopping to, I need to take you shopping. It's an intervention. It goes from an activity, a celebration, to an intervention. And my sister hit a point where I posted like the nth picture of myself in this like wine colored off shoulder. I mean, if you follow me on social media by now, you know which one I'm talking about. I wear it all the time. Yes. So Katie, exactly. That's what we did. So there was one mirror at the back of the place, and I did the neck thing with the pants, where you pull the waistband around your neck, which is a handy trick, and it turned out to be accurate. I didn't get to try on those pants. I rolled the dice and I bought them, and I came home and tried them on, and lo and behold, adorable as fuck. Cute as shit. Cute as shit, adorable as fuck. Sorry to use curse words to describe the state of these pants. The cutest pants. But yeah, there was, and I bought a bra. I did find a bra, and this is the thing. Like a lot of the stuff, I was still trying on clothes on top of my clothes and going and walking up to the mirror. It was so weird. Like seeing my frumpy t-shirt coming out from underneath I don't know, another t-shirt, a fucking tank top, and just trying to picture it without. But at one point, a family came in right when I was trying on a bra on top of my clothes, and they walked in, and this family of three, a mummy and a daddy, and like a small 10-year-old boy, they walked in as I was putting a bra on top of my clothes and like struggling with it, being like, hell, and I made direct eye contact with this family. And they looked back at me like, what kind of portal did we fall into? I see rugs, and I see this trans woman struggling with a bra on top of her clothes. Are you okay, ma'am? Do you know where you are? Do you have dementia? Early onset dementia? You know what? I'm kind of afraid I might. Kind of afraid I do. I forget everything. I forget things all the fucking time. I even forget if I even forget if the government can pay for my meds or not. Clearly. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. Spinning yarns. I had an idea for a segment where I tell stories about stand-up stories on the road. Hey, Dredge. Dredge 1. That's that game that came out. Speaking of, that's what we can talk about. Who out there is playing Tears of the Kingdom? Tears of the Land? Tears of the Lord? Tears of the Butcher's Wife? Tears of the Three Blind Mice? What is the last word? It's Tears of the Kingdom, isn't it? Tears. Yeah. Who's playing the new Legend of Zorbus game? Legend of Zorbus. Legend of Zorbus 2. Chores. Legend of Errands 2. Chores. Alright, this is... Get ready, because here comes a hot take. Dredge, I know you just arrived, but you're all about to hate me. This is as controversial as I'm gonna get. Strap in. I didn't like Breath of the Wild. Oh, I didn't like Breath of the Wild. I didn't like it. I'll let that simmer. I'll let it process in your head. I'll let you pick up. I'll let you unclutch your pearls. Breath of the Wild was not good, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you my beef. It's chores. It's all side quests. Okay? Maybe I've aged myself beyond the trends. Maybe I'm too old, but I don't think it's because I'm too old, because I know people, plenty of people my age, who love the Zelda games. Okay, but I'm not. You would think a creative person like myself, who works in the arts, I work in the arts with my monocle. You would think a person who works in the arts would enjoy a game that's so open, that's so sandboxy, and you build stuff and you can get creative, and there's no manual, there's no playbook. You just like, hey, you experiment and you put this on. What happens if I put this? It's an experimental creative adventure. And I hate that shit. I need to be told what to do in video games. I don't give a fuck. I don't need my handheld, but I need objective based knocking stuff off, um working my way through a story. Zelda, I loved Zelda for the stories. Wind Waker was so good. Fucking Ocarina, then Majora's Mask, criminally underrated, by the way. Fucking, uh, which one did I play after that? Wind Waker. Twilight Princess, I know, wasn't very popular, but I still liked it. I thought the wolf thing was cool, but so underused. Fell flat. And now I need more guidance than that. Okay, I agree. I don't want to, it feels like a waste of time sitting around building a car. It sounds like the new Zelda is Car Mechanic Simulator year 1500, because it's medieval. Medieval Car Simulator 1514. That's what the new Zelda looks like to me. And I love the stories of Zelda. And Breath of the Wild, fucking, what was it? You could sum it up in 2 sentences. Ganon is back. Make these giant machines work so that they shoot lasers at him, and then you save Zelda by killing Ganon. That was it. That was it. That was it. That was all. That was it. So annoying. And people are sinking 80 hours fucking collecting mushrooms. Get the fuck out of here. You know? That game, I think about this all the time. Side quests, that game was all side quests. It was 100% side quests. Legend of Zelda side quests. That's what they should have called it. Legend of Zelda, can you do me a favor? ? That's what that whole game was. Going from person to person, some weirdo NPC outside of a village who's like, I've lost my bag of sandwiches. Can you go around and get and find the ingredients so I can make more sandwiches? You would go up to an old lady in town and literally talk to her face to face. And your view would be the fucking castle way off in the distance with Ganon, Calamity Ganon, a giant purple and red dragon swirling around the castle, the center of the entire country, the capital. Giant, ominous, evil purple clouds. And you stand in front of this lady, and she goes, I'm baking a pie for my grandson's birthday, and I need to find 45 boysenberries. Can you help me, young man? And you're like, I am the hero of fucking time. Ask somebody else. Do you not have any other relatives? You have a grandson. That implies that maybe there might be a daughter or a son-in-law hanging around. Send them on your chores. I'm one third of the fucking Triforce, and you're sending me out on a grocery run? Get the fuck out of here. So that was my big problem with Zelda. Don't get me fucking started. That was... Can you imagine it? I blacked out there. What happened? What did I miss? What did I say? Don't get me started on that shit. So, all that said, I am gonna buy Tears of the Kingdom. I am gonna buy it. Nintendo will have my money in the end, as it always does. Because I don't wanna. It's kind of like Marvel at this point, where I'm just watching it to stay up to date. These are relatives that I don't really care as much about. You know? I got buy the new Zelda just to stay up to date with the non-story. There better be a Yoshi in the next Zelda. No, I'll get it, but there's no if it's just more fucking berry picking and scrounging for carrots. I don't know what, training horses. You're just a farmhand. Link is a glorified farmhand. And I'll tell you this much for free. I'll tell you this one for fucking free. I'll tell you this one for free. The voice acting, you cannot tell me that the voice acting in Zelda is any good at all. Any of it. It's terrible. Super late and can't stay. How are you? Me? Are you asking me, Emily, or everyone else? Because I'll answer. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. I had a futile visit with my doctor today. Yeah. I found out I got the wrong blood tests done. I didn't read the fucking blood requisition form that I was handing them. It was for something else. And so in the end, we didn't get my hormone levels because I didn't bother reading the whole. Yeah, you Val, you donk. Hi, I'm okay. I'm sweaty. My legs are knees weak, legs are sweaty. There's vomit on my sweater already. Mom spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready. Hey, that song is funny because he's covered in puke, and yet the lyric is like, on the surface he looks calm and ready. He's covered in puke. He's covered in his mom's spaghetti and I won't lie, I saw that in a tweet now, and I can't stop thinking about it. Every time I hear that song now, all I can think of is Eminem walking onto the stage with puke on his sweater, and people are like, yo, that guy looks calm and ready. That sounds like a kind of pizza from Caesar's. Calm and ready? I guess I only traded out one word. What was I talking about? Oh, the voice acting in Zelda. Listen, somebody like me with a voice like mine has no right to talk. But I think the voice acting in the first Zelda was lame. It was bad. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. Do I have a Twitch account that I stream from other than here? It's been a while. It's been a while since I have streamed a fucking show. I do. It's Val the Emotional Gamer. Because when I mean, you've seen how wild I gesticulate. Val. I'm gonna type it in the chat. Boom. Oh, there it is. It's in my name. I haven't streamed in a while, but you know, doing this kind of makes me want to do more of it. Actually, do some video games. Maybe play some guitar. Although I think last time I played guitar, you guys actually kind of liked it, which is a shock to me. Seriously, because I think it's so self-indulgent. But then again, this is the thing. Pivoting into this idea, this position. This is where Canadians and Americans differ from each other. And honestly, I think we could both learn a thing or two from each other in this particular case. So, a shock you can shred. I don't know. Yeah, but who wants to watch that, you know? I'm I'm trying to stream more on all platforms. I'm on Facebook right now. I did TikTok last week. I just want to be relevant, you guys. I just want to be relevant. Don't forget about me. When I die, I don't want to just fade away like a fart in the wind. All accounts, all memories of Val. Um, Listen, Americans. One thing I like about you, but can you shred in a hot tub? It would be hard. It would be difficult. What, is the guitar submerged? Like, if I could stand in a hot tub at around waist height, or if I strap it up really high like Tom Morello, play it up here. Okay, let me finish this fucking thought. Americans versus Canadians. Americans tend to be much more boastful of their abilities. Sometimes a bit disingenuously so. I've met many an American comedian who explodes onto the scene and announces that they're God's gift to comedy, and they are hack as hell, and they're a dime a dozen, and they are completely forgettable. But the way they talk about themselves, you would think that they are enshrined in the Comedy Hall of Fame. You would think that they've won 5 straight Mark Twain awards, the way they talk about themselves sometimes. And conversely, and I think it's just a result of performing in a Canadian market that is very punishing. It's comedy in Canada. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but it's a much tougher comedy industry than America. It's harder to make it. And so Canadians have this sort of, I don't know, maybe by virtue of like being beaten down so often and just how difficult it is, we all have this a bit more of a modesty and a humility. And I'm finding that my problem a lot of the time is that I don't brag about myself enough. I don't promote myself enough. I don't talk some outrageous shit about my abilities, even on guitar. Although I am actually not that good at guitar. But I'm good at comedy. But I'm not God's gift to comedy, but I gotta start telling people that I am, is my point. I want to be more American that way, where I'm like fucking twirling a gun around my finger. I don't need that part. But being like, hell yeah, you gotta fucking hire me for all your shits. Hell yeah, I'm gonna stream every minute of my life because why not? I'm the most interesting person in the fucking world. Yeehaw! But also, Americans, to my American comedian friends out there, check yourself. Check yourself every once in a while. Okay? Maybe it's just the markets that we both exist in, that it's just easier to become a professional stand-up comic in America than it is in Canada. So you're more likely to think you're the shit because you made it a lot easier. You know? But then, you think about comics who did make it in Canada. Yeah, but there's always that being next door to America, I think, also influences that humility, where you could be king shit, you could dominate Canada, you could be the best in Canada, the most famous, and then you move across the border and they're like, who are you? Never heard of it. Never fucking heard of it. Welcome to the Bronx. Get in the fucking cab. Let's go. I ain't got all day. Who the fuck are you, huh? You know? Like, when I make the move to the States eventually, I've accomplished a lot of, I've accomplished almost everything stand-up wise, credits wise, that you can in Canada. Like JFL, I've done Halifax, and Winnipeg, I'm aiming to do. I've got my sights set on Winnipeg. Which sounds, as I say it, it sounds pathetic to any Americans out there. It probably sounds really pathetic to be like, I got my sights set on Winnipeg. Baby, by next year, fucking Your girl's gonna be in Winnipeg, dude. I really made it. No, no. Um, see, and so I will have eventually. I'm working on my O1 American work visa, and I do plan on moving to the States eventually. Which fucking looking at the the state of LGBT hatred out there, fucking why am I? But when I do eventually move, I'm gonna have this resume full of fucking stand-up credits, and I'm gonna have to start from the bottom again, where I'm waiting like 3 hours in line at some New York or LA club just for 3 minutes. And I'll have to like pay for my fucking set. I'll have to buy 2 drinks. God, America. I get maybe we don't do that 2 drink minimum to comedian on. We don't impose that on our amateur comedians. We don't make amateur comedians pay to perform because that is fucking criminal. So America, you need to fix that. If there are any American comedians listening or watching, you gotta fix that shit. Start screaming your heads off about that. That is so exploitative. I mean, I guess they want it like nobody goes to amateur. Well, some. Nobody goes to a lot of amateur nights, you know. So you know, I get why the bar would want comedians to at least, you know, keep them afloat on an off night, on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or something like that. Okay, fine. But also, that's exploitative as shit. Find another way. Promote your fucking shows. How about that? Promote your shows. Invest in your shows. That's why I don't produce anymore. Fuck it. Oh, man. Was this one funny? I think it was. I ranted about Legend of Zorbus, and I liked it. I thought it was funny. I enjoyed ranting about The Legend of Zelda, and I hope you did too. Because also, kind of fuck that game. Fuck what they're doing with that game. There's no story anymore. It sucks. Fucking Zelda's voice. Don't tell me that you like her voice. My roommate and I used to laugh at her all the time, because in fucking Breath of the Wild, she would go, Link! You know who she reminded me of? If you've ever seen the OG, the original Pinocchio, the Disney Pinocchio, there's the clowns running around. They're doing like that fire routine where, no, not Pinocchio, Dumbo. Fucking Dumbo. They're at the circus, and Dumbo is at like the top of this tower, and it's on fire, and there are clowns running around the bottom, firefighters. And I think there's a clown lady at the bottom too who's like, my baby, my baby. That's who Zelda reminds me of. Every time she goes, Link, she sounds like that clown from Dumbo. I cannot disassociate the two. I can't separate them. And now I put that onto you. So I encourage you to go off after this and after the news, which is coming up, and take a look. We got to find that Dumbo scene. I mean, you guys can't see it unless I do a share. Excuse me, unless I do a share screen thing. Link. No, what is it? What was it? Dumbo. Fire circus scene. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Now I can't unhear it. Every time Zelda goes, Link, I just think of that clown from fucking Dumbo. And even and God bless her, the voice actress. I shouldn't be mean. This feels mean, but I just can't. Yeah, what does that mean? Lad points, all 200. Are you calling me a lad, yeah? I haven't been called a lad in a long time. Um, one of the only things that showed up in that Tears of the Kingdom trailer, when they did the teaser, it showed Zelda like looking off into the distance and she went, Link! Oh, it bothers me. I don't know. It bothers me a lot. Link! And then all the Guardians or whatever. They were all so bad. The voice acting, oh, I hate to say it, but the voice acting in Breath of the Wild reminded me of like a mom and a dad reading a storybook to their kids and putting on the voices of the characters just for their kids. You know? Like the fucking Gorgon? What are they called? Gorons. The Goron guy, his voice was just some guy being like, oh, hey little guy, what are you doing out so late? Hey, you're just a little guy. That's so, it's just, you're not in character. You're a dad playing a character from a storybook. That's what that was. That's what all of their voices were equally bad. But Zelda's was the worst. But also the Goron guy. Hey little guy. Ha ha ha. This guy's the hero of time? Bad. Bad. I think we're nearing the end. I should probably sign off pretty soon. And go do a couple things. I'm going to... What am I going to do? I have to record an audition. Fucking commercial auditions, you know? I have to finalize... Hey! I have to finalize my podcast, which, if you're not familiar, Dredge, I know you wanted to see more of me. If you don't already follow my podcast, please do. Please. I'm trying to grow it. I think it's fucking awesome. I think it's great. The episode that comes out tomorrow is really funny because I talk about buying a blue check on Twitter, a year's subscription, and just how much I regret it for the reputation that I've received because of it. So, yeah, it's a funny episode. Check out Podgis, Podgis. The audio is also available. You can download it to your phone or whatever. Wherever podcasts are available, but it's also on YouTube. So you get to you get to see me gesticulate as I do. You get to see me be fucking silly and funny and facetious and boisterous and what? You're just a little guy. You get to see me do characters and voices and the whole kit and caboodle. So check out Podgis, Podgis. That's enough. The news is gonna happen shortly, so I'm gonna take my leave. Thank you all very much. I'm not positive. I need my schedule. I'm not positive if we'll be back next week. I will talk about this with Emily, but my dad is getting heart surgery, long story short, and I might be, yeah. My dad is getting heart surgery, so I might be visiting at home. None of you needed to know that. I could have just told Emily straight up. Don't know why I overshared. Anyways, thank you both. Thank you all both. Thank you in Facebook land for tuning in. Thank you in Twitch land for tuning in. I'm glad you see the clips. Please like and share them. Fuck. It's hard for a humble Canadian such as myself to make it anywhere in this industry. But Lord, she trying. And I like to think I'm one of the best fucking trans comedians around. So, how about that? Put me toe to toe against your favorites. Let's go. Bring it on. I got my debut album coming out next year. We're gonna record it and it's gonna kick everyone's shit in. So aggressive. Ending so aggressively. Okay. I appreciate you all. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for the news. We will see you next week, if not the week after. Thank you so much for watching. Love you. Mwah. Bye.